according to the Allstate playoff predictor, the SEC has a 63% chance to get multiple teams in the college football playoff. The question is, what team does the SEC need to keep their eye on to lose a game to guarantee 2 spots?
Hold on, before you take that graphic down, I think it's more interesting that it says multiple teams, 63%.
Bigger than the Big Ten?
Yeah, Big Ten, Big 12, and the Pac-12 have a lower chance of just getting 1 team.
That just means more, right? But think about it. When you got 3 of the top 4 teams in the rankings, 5 of the top 10 teams, you're going to have that success. As far as what team you have to have lose, I think it is Oklahoma and Texas, right? I think you need to have both of those teams. In fact, I think you need to have Texas possibly lose again, but then beat Oklahoma. Because I think Oklahoma is solid, and I think Clemson's getting in just because I think it's an unbelievable cakewalk in the ACC. I mean, it's frankly embarrassing what that conference is bringing as far as football right now.
Watching Clemson beat Texas A&M on Saturday, you can pretty much pin them in to the college football playoff. That was the best team that they're going to face all year long,
right?
Particularly because, as you mentioned, Syracuse, who's always, or at least the last 2 years, have given them a hard time, looks like they're nothing like what we've seen in the last couple of seasons.
So,
there.
Clemson being in, I still think you need Oklahoma or Texas.
I agree with you.
The Big 12 is kind of where it hinges.
Tell me this though, how about the Pac-12? Does a Pac-12, one-loss Pac-12 champion get in over a one-loss SEC team that's not in the SEC championship?
There's no way, especially because Washington just lost to Cal. That game finished at 4:30 a.m. Eastern.
If Oregon wins as a one-loss team, wins the Pac-12 as a one-loss team, but their only loss coming to Auburn, do they get in over a one-loss SEC team that doesn't play in the SEC?
So guess what? Then in a weird way, Oregon has to pull for Auburn. It honestly kind of depends on how good Auburn is, right? If Auburn ends up going 10-2 and having a couple upsets, it looks great like they did in 2017. Yeah, then it's in that discussion. But Auburn is a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde team for me right now. I'm still not ready to say I'm fully convinced they're that good. I think the defense is college football playoff contender. I don't think the offense is. So if they go 8-4, no, just because of the
Auburn ain't
brand
going
of the Pac-12.
I'm not buying that. That defense is too good to allow them to go 8-4, and I think the offense is only going to continue to get better.
With that being said, Utah is the chance for the Pac-12. I think Utah's a very good team. And I think now with Washington struggling a little bit, you saw Oregon.
What's the one player's name that you mentioned from Utah?
It's the running back, Alex. Is it Moss?
I didn't mean to put you on the spot. I was trying to tee you up because I couldn't name one player that plays for Utah. You ripped one off.
You know what I learned when I got onto television? You never ask a question in which your co-host doesn't know, because then it's video, and now people are going to be look, he's an idiot. I appreciate it.
I was trying to help you out.
I was making fun of your shirt.
Every rejoin, you made fun of my extra medium that I've been wearing.
It's not an extra medium, it's just medium. That's exactly what it is. I will say this. You needed Army to beat Michigan. Going back to that final discussion, Army should have beat Michigan this week. And when that didn't happen,
how about this?
That would change.
Are you more worried about Ohio State now after what you've seen from Justin Fields in the first 2 weeks of the season? That's a pretty good Cincinnati defense that they dominated. Yeah, they looked really good offensively. So everybody was thinking that now that Urban Meyer's gone, Michigan's going to be able to get over that Urban Meyer curse that they've had. I'm not quite ready to say that.
And guess what? I think that was one of those situations where it was a win-win. It was a win for Justin Fields to go somewhere else that's going to work for him. So it's good for the Buckeyes to get him, good for Justin Fields, and it was good for the Georgia Bulldogs as well. More coming back up on SEC this morning.